Hi guys, how's it going? So I thought I'd just have a quick look down at the development in Hayle. So the North Quay in Hayle in Cornwall is having a pretty major overhaul, and I live in Hayle, so obviously this is of interest to me. But just to say up front, I don't really have a agenda in this particularly. I don't have a massive issue with development. I don't have a massive issue with change. It's kind of inevitable. I live in a house. At some point, that house was put on a bit of land and it was developed. You're kind of hypocritical if you have an objection to any change in any development, unless you're living in a stick a stick house in the middle of the woods or something, which I'm not. So I don't really have an agenda is what I'm trying to say, but there's been a bit of a kerfuffle recently because I think this area along here was all cleared out by the developers. This is what I'm told, allegedly. I don't know exactly, but I think they were given permission to clear out some of the brambles, but they've started getting their diggers in, digging trenches and doing all sorts of stuff. So there's a bit of a kerfuffle of that, and they've kind of wound their necks back in and covered the trenches back up just today, I believe. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought we'd have a little look, basically, of what it looks like as of today. So this development, I think there's going to be like over 500 properties. There's going to be like cinemas, restaurants, shops, art galleries. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going in down here. It's a pretty major change to the area. But for my tuppence worth, I think you just got to really watch what these guys are doing, because you give them an inch, well, you give them several inches and they'll take a mile, because I think they've been overreaching and changing things they shouldn't be changing recently. And like I said, I'm no expert on this. I'm just going by what people have told me who have, know a bit more than what I do on this subject. So I think you kind of just need to just be aware of what's going on in your local area. And it's just kind of interesting to see the change. The North Quay parts of Hayle was a very sort of busy fishing area at one time. It's not really that anymore. A lot of it has been pretty run into the ground and fairly derelict. So it's good that they're doing something with it. My tuppence worth would be, I just wish that they would increase the amount of green spaces that they're putting in. It seems to be big slabs of concrete and glass, and maximizing the footprint to get as many people in as possible. To some degree, I mean, some of these places are they're not not packing the people in because they're quite expensive properties. So another area of criticism is that a lot of these places will not be affordable homes. They're quite expensive places. So it is gonna that is obviously an issue for areas where it doesn't have a lot of money and there's not a lot of affordable housing, I should say. But yeah, I do think it's a shame that some of this has been ripped out today. I mean, I go to this spot all the time because I kite surf here, so I know this all pretty well. And it's not like this is we're not talking about some amazing ecosystem or something, but no doubt over the last couple of days there's been tons of rabbit holes and adders and lizards and all this other sort of creatures that and birds that live in this environment, this kind of shrubland near coastal areas. It's all just been kind of flattened and ripped out, and by all accounts they weren't allowed to do that. So yeah, real shame that someone didn't just check before they started getting diggers and bulldozers into certain areas, because so much of this area is being changed as it is. So don't overreach, guys. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Anyway, like I said, I don't really have an agenda. I just thought I'd share what this all looks like at the moment, because it's kind of nuts how much they're putting in and how much they're changing my little hometown, basically. And like I said, I don't really have an agenda, and it will bring some benefits, it will bring some negatives, like every change always does. But yeah, I just think the local community needs to keep an eye on it and make sure that things are done in an appropriate kind of way, in a way that kind of fits in with what's already here. There's how many thousands of residents in Hayle, and lots of holiday makers that enjoy this area every year. You don't want to see it just transformed into a place which is inhospitable to the people that already exist in those environments, and of course into the nature of the environment that's being radically changed as well. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that one. Like I said, I just zipped down today just to have a little look around, and I thought I'd share how things are looking down here at the moment. So it'll be interesting in another 10 years to see all of this, and you know, whether it was worth it, whether it was it was more bad than good or more good than bad. We'll only the future will tell on that one. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. But yeah, just thought I'd share this little look at this major development here in Cornwall and in Hayle. Cheers, guys. I'll catch you next time.